Hello and welcome. In this video I'm gonna walk you through the harvesting profession in Crowfall. I'm gonna cover the best races and the class I would recommend you should choose for your harvester, and then we're gonna go through the early game progression and what steps you optimally need to do to get your harvester up to speed, and I will help you transition yourself to the, let's say, to the start of the end game progression for harvesting. And up until then, when you are on a purple disc and you start leveling up your belt, you should basically already know all the details of harvesting and how it works. So let's jump right into it. If you're interested in Crowfall, check out my website crusaderw.com. Here you're gonna find all the resources you need about Crowfall, including a character planner, class guides, race guides, all the domains and other useful guides. You also get a 10% discount code, a lot of useful articles, all the links to my socials and other useful stuff, including a link to my YouTube channel where I'm regularly publishing videos. Please go over there, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell if you want to get notified about new content. Drop by on Twitch if you want to watch me play the game, want to answer questions to me live. Sometimes I stream with a delay if we do highly sensitive PvP stuff. If I can, I'm gonna stream without a delay so I can answer your questions in a timely manner. And of course you might want to check out my Twitter. And now enjoy the rest of the video. Depending on what harvesting progression you want to choose, there are optimal races. For mining, you want to choose a half-elf because he gets a racial bonus on mining. For logging and quarrying, so collecting wood and stone, you want to go for a half-giant. And for skinning, you want to select a minotaur for the early game progression. If you want to go for grave digging, the race doesn't matter, so you can choose whatever class you like best and whatever you want to play for the harvesting part. In terms of classes you want to choose for the half-elf, I personally prefer to play a ranger since I like the warden really much. If you are afraid of being ganked while gathering, I can recommend also going for the ranger and go for the brigand promotion since he can stealth if you can manage to get away. And the assassin is also a valid choice since he has the ability to stealth away in fight. So his ultimate puts him into stealth. For the half-giant, which you want to choose for logging and quarrying, I would recommend to go with the champion since he has the primary attribute strength, which is beneficial for quarrying. But if you like any of the other classes more, the class isn't that important, especially in the early game progression, since you mostly want that passive attribute stick and stones increasing, which increases your logging statistics and quarrying statistics by 10. For skinning, you want to go for a minotaur since he gets a stat bonus on skinning by 10. Here I also recommend the ranger since you can either play a warden since they are very very strong solo characters and have good chances to survive a gank and actually kill the person that wants to gank you, or you can go brigand if you want that stealth and just be able to stealth away, but you don't have the ability to stealth away in fight, so keep that in mind. The general progression is all the same for all 5 different gathering professions. I have selected my half-elf here since I'm gonna show you the progression at the example of the mining profession, the mining gathering profession. So if you want to do grave digging, you just select the grave digging discipline instead of the mining, or if you're logging, the logger discipline, and so on. So from where I've just started, you run up the stairs here in the Earth Temple in the God's Reach zone and make your way up to this character. The right one, he has the white mining discipline. So you're gonna buy the white mining discipline and put it in this slot here. I already have equipped that. When you've done that, you're gonna run down here in the temple to the crafting area and craft yourself some tools. If you're leveling the character on the side, the game will walk you through all those things in the tutorial anyway. I'm just covering those here real quickly to give you the whole progression and the first harvesting basic progression will be covered by the tutorial, and step 2 we're gonna look after I just showed you real quick how to craft the rune tools. Once you have your white gathering discipline equipped, you show here that it grants you the trait intermediate runestone picks, which you wanna equip because they give you the chance of dropping green gathering disciplines for the gathering profession that you are doing. To make your first intermediate tool, you first need to create a basic harvesting pick or knife or hammer or whatever that you need for your gathering profession. Once you've done that, you go to the rune making intermediate harvesting tool. In my case, this is a pick. Then I equip the basic pick. I need 3 ore of any kind and 3 ethereal dust. Assemble it, and this gives me a runestone pick. This, like I said earlier, gives me the this grants me the trait to yield the miner discipline in green rarity if I'm mining in the wildlands or the Drax adventure zones. Depending on what faction you chose in God's Reach, the wildlands begin in Arboreum once you cross those Earth territory gates towards the right. So in this area, which is considered wildlands, you can get this discipline. In the Lunarium, where you get from the Cows faction, you have to go south of these gates, and you can find it here. Solarium the same. If you go further north than here, then you're in wildlands and have a chance to drop those green disciplines. In Sky Points, you can drop them everywhere, and here you will probably have the highest chances of getting PvP. With this white discipline equipped, you want to make your way to the Arboreum, to the wildlands, and start hitting those nodes. Once you arrive in the first PvP zone, just make your way past those gates to the wildlands. Those are the nodes we're looking for, but since we are still in friendly territory, this is not where we want to gather yet already. Those gates here indicate that you are leaving your friendly non-PvP zone, and once you cross this, you're in the wildlands. Over there I already spotted a silver node, so let's start gathering. It may take a while until the required discipline drops, so just keep running around, farm those nodes, and if the RNG likes you, you will drop what you are looking for. Another thing worth mentioning is the minigame for the harvesting. So once you have your white discipline equipped, you get this energetic harvesting, which indicates through the indicator here on the bottom right, you get different skills depending on how many pips you activate the ability, which is here on Shift 6 on my bar. On 1 pip you gain additional energetic harvest for all professions. On 2 pips you gain spot weakness, which increases the chance of showing that circle when you hit inside. You do increased damage. On 3 pips you do 30 more damage on your next 2 hits on a node. On 4 pips you gain Hated Harvest, which increases the effectiveness of the other buffs you activate, and on 5 pips you restore 8 stamina. I usually go for 3 pips, which increases my damage, which I find this increases the time to kill, and is so the most beneficial part to increase my harvesting speed and getting the chance to drop those disciplines I'm looking for. Here I was lucky. This is what the shiny thing looks like, the one with the edges, not the round ones. This is a green miner discipline. I already found one, so this was my second one, but I wanted you to show what the drop looks like. Those rough soul gems, keep them, just give them to your rune tool maker. He can make better rune tools, which you want to equip once you have upgraded your progression to a purple mining disciplines. Once you found this green discipline, the first one, just teleport back to temple. And in temple I'm gonna show you what the next step of your progression is. Now we're gonna get the green tool belt for harvesting. I was probably quite lucky to find my first green discipline within 10 minutes. If you have a bit more bad luck, this can take up to 20 or 30 minutes. There is also a mechanic in-game which prevents you from bad luck, so the longer you don't drop one of those things in the back of the game, your probability to drop one of them goes up. So it's kind of a bad luck protection that is provided for you by the game. So once you have that discipline, you go back to that vendor we've been before. Once you have that green discipline, make sure you throw away your white one. You equip the green one, and this allows you to equip this minor specialty toolkit. You want to equip that as early as possible because it gives you another 5% damage on the node, which helps in time to kill and increases our chance to drop those. Now get back out there and farm 2 more minor disciplines. So we can upgrade it to a blue one, and then you want to farm 6 more one to upgrade it to an epic one. For every upgrade step you need 3 domination dust. So if we want to go to epic, we need 12 domination dust in total. This equals 48,000 gold. And now let's craft that epic discipline. So we go to upgrade items, disciplines, upgrade exploration discipline. Now we can unequip our green minor discipline. Then we put 3 of those green disciplines in. And we also need soul essences. In order to get soul essences, you need to kill thralls, which only spawn at night. This is what the thralls look like. So now let's craft the epic discipline. For that we need to combine 3 green disciplines into blue ones. We can do this in one step if we have already pre-farmed those. So I'm going to craft 3 blue disciplines in one step. I need 9 domination dust for this. And now I can upgrade the 3 blue ones into 1 epic one. Obviously, if you do this progression step by step, you want to first have 3 green disciplines, then upgrade those to blue, equip the blue one, grind another 6 green disciplines, and then upgrade all of those into 1 epic one. And then you equip the epic discipline, put your green belt back on, and from then on, depending on what you want to do, if you want to go for mother loading or for single harvesting, depends on if you want to first upgrade your discipline to legendary, which is what you want to do if you are for the primary outcome, which would be wood or stone body parts or animal hide. If you want to go for mother loading, which means you're gonna hit those large mother nodes that you can see here, there you can actually, from the mining mother loads, you can get gems which are needed for jewel crafting, and from the stone mother loads you can get minerals which are required for the necromancy, and from those you also get cutting grit, which is also an ingredient you need for jewel crafting. With this purple discipline we unlock the ability to equip advanced runestone picks or advanced rune tools for any other profession. For demonstration, I'm going to show you how the Rune Maker works. So, just for testing purposes, buy a white discipline of the Rune Maker, equip it in this slot, and make your way down to the crafting table. Here you want to select the recipe for an advanced harvesting tool, for which you need ethereal dust, which you get from gathering or killing elementals, an unmarked runestone, which is a stone processing thing there, so we can create this, so we need wood or stone for that, and we need a sigil, for whatever tool we want to make. For that we need parchment paper and ore. Depending on the ore you put into the tool, it gives you different beneficial stats on that. In this guide I just want to cover the basics real quickly of how crafting works. If you want to know more about crafting and how the crafting progression works, please check out my other video. I'm gonna put a card over there as soon as I have published this video. Let us start with the parchment paper. For parchment paper we need wood, and we need to go to a woodworking station. We select the parchment paper, we put in 1 wood, this gives us the paper. The unmarked rune stone we can also make from wood. So we put 9 wood in here, some ethereal dust, and this gives us an unmarked runestone. Here you can see the crafting combinations depending on the ores you put in the sigil to make your rune tool. For tin and copper you get beneficial harvest chance. For silver and beryllium you get critical harvest chance. For tin and iron you get plethora of dust, and for silver and copper you get mineral harvesting chance. Silver and copper is best if you want to do mother loading and you go for minerals or gems or apples if you are logging, or blood if you're skinning, or grave goods if you are digging up graves. If you want more higher dust outcome, you should go for tin and iron combination. The critical harvest chance is, first you have to understand that the gathering in Crowfall is also considered combat in PvP from what it's calculated. So the higher the rank of the node, the higher the mitigation is. Your tool is basically your weapon that you fight against the node with, just that the node doesn't fight back. And the higher the rank of the node, also the node has a better loot table that determines what outcome you have from the node. So your most important stat is the plentiful harvest, which you can see if you hover over a node. You should reach a maximum of plentiful 5 as soon as possible. Obviously your epic discipline all gives you a plentiful resource ore +3 already. You can update that with buff food, which I'm gonna cover at the end of this guide. And basically this is what the critical harvest chance is. So if you have a critical harvest on, which can happen on when you kill the node, so when the node reaches 0 HP, you can have a critical harvest which gives you better outcome. And there is the beneficial harvest chance, which gives you a beneficial harvesting buff that gives you a buff for harvesting, which increases your overall values for harvesting. I personally prefer a combination of silver, which is the critical harvest chance, but those values might be tweaked at launch, so keep an eye out and subscribe to my channel. There I'm gonna update you as soon as I researched what the current best version and stat is to focus on early game, mid game and late game. So now let us craft the sigil. Usually you wanna go for the stat that you have, run an experiment on that. You always want to look that your basic experimentation stat is 20% higher than your final experimentation difficulty. For that you want to progress in the rune making or in the crafting profession that you're doing. But like I said, check out that other guide if you want to learn more about crafting. Once we made our sigil, we can go for the runes, make an advanced tool, and here we insert our unmarked runestone, some dust and the sigil, hit assemble, and here I would focus on the mining, because in the beginning, in early progression, once you're still on white tools, you probably benefit most of additional damage if you're farming for nodes. Once you start caring about the outcome, which you would probably want to do on a blue discipline and a blue belt, but also again there, progression in harvesting I'm going to cover in a different guide. For now, if you want to just farm those disciplines to get your progression up on whatever gathering you do, just go for the straight out damage, since this increases your time to kill of a node. And congratulations, if you've done that, you can now equip your first rune tool, and from that, with my current skill in crafting, you can see I have a much higher durability, and I get another roughly 4.5 damage on a node by equipping this basic runestone. If you have some gold to spare and you're gathering a lot, try to find a trained rune maker or a good buddy of yours who specializes on rune mating, and try to converge your resources on one person that does the rune making, since this helps him progress his discipline and his belt faster, and this way he can provide everybody that helps him progressing on his crafting. He can provide you with better tools than if every gatherer progresses the rune maker by himself. So Crowfall rewards you for collaborating with other people. So getting to that purple discipline is the first step you want to do to unlock the ability to equip the rune tools for your gathering profession, and now you need to choose what you want to focus on next. If you want to focus on primary resources, you want to push your discipline to legendary. This means if you want to dig up body parts, you want to go legendary on your gravedigger discipline. If you want to dig up, get as much stone as possible, you want to up your quarryman to legendary. For iron, you want to up your miner discipline. For wood, you want to get your logger discipline to legendary. And for hide, you want to get your skinner to legendary discipline. If you want the so-called secondary gathering materials, you want to work on your belt. Since the belt increases the harvest chance for blood, which is an important ingredient for several crafting professions. Also, if you want to increase your chance for bones, which you're gonna need for cooking, or to make harvesting potions to increase the drop chance of minerals for a quarryman, you want to upgrade this belt. If you want to increase the chance for beeswax, hardwood, for the miner belt, you want to increase this if you want to increase your chance of getting gems from mining motherlodes, and you want to go for the quarryman specialty toolkit if you want to increase your chance to get minerals from stone motherlodes. The grave digging belt increases your grave good harvest chance, which is also a pretty nice income chance for gold. The belt is, on the other hand, far more expensive than the mining disciplines. For the belt, to get it to legendary, you need close to 100 green disciplines to make it all the way up to legendary. And once you are at an epic belt and you wanna move it to legendary, you can equip a magical coin, which is either gonna increase your beneficial harvest and your spot weakness. At the current stage of the game, if they don't change anything, beneficial harvest is more beneficial for you while gathering than spot weakness. Those coins cost 50,000 gold, and in the upgrade item on the specialty toolkit on the harvesting toolkits, the magical coin slot here gets unlocked if you put in 3 epic harvesting toolkits. Thank you for watching. This was it from Gathering Profession from my end. This should cover all the basic knowledge. Experience is just something that you need to do anyway. If you have any questions, just feel free to drop by on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/crusaderw, or jump by on the Discord, or leave a comment in the YouTube section. I'll try to answer the comments or make an ongoing video if there are some questions that I haven't answered or that isn't clear, just straight out. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.